Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Froelich, and I'll be doing my vlog on the new student dialogue concerning religion. And according to dictionary.com, dialogue is defined as the sharing of ideas, especially those concerning religion or politics. And in that sense, I believe that our group achieved true dialogue. However, I don't feel like it was true dialogue in that many of the people in the group, including myself, felt like we were forced to be there for a grade rather than wanting to be there. And I think that part of dialogue is wanting it's wanting to be there and wanting to be part of the group instead of being forced to be there for a grade. So in that sense, I guess I would say that that true dialogue was not achieved. However, there were some ideas being shared within the group between members of the group and the peer facilitators. I think the peer facilitators did a good job in that they were able to help us to open up a little bit more and talk about our personal experiences with religion and spirituality. And so I feel like there were some more active voices in our session. I feel like the active voices were those that shared more often. I feel like I was a part of the group of active voices within our session, in our group, because I've always been willing to share about my religion and spirituality to others. Ever since I became more comfortable with my religion in high school, I've always been able to and wanted to share my religion with others, just to clarify any misconceptions they may have or answer any questions they have. And it also helps me to develop and research and understand what my beliefs are in my religion. There also were some more reserved voices in our group. Although everybody spoke in our group, I guess you could say that not everybody in our group was as open as the active voices in our group. The reserved voices, when they did speak, they usually had some good things to say, but they didn't speak as often as the more active voices, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just the way it is, I guess. But as I said before, I'd say that the role that I played in my group was being an active voice, because I do like sharing about my religion and spirituality, and I think for me it's almost like a necessity to share my beliefs and religious views with others, that as long as they want to hear it. I'm not going to force my opinions on anybody. Now, as for dialogue being a component of Lib 100, I'd have to say that I think it's a dialogue, or I think dialogue is a component of Lib 100, because dialogue within a university setting and all your classes can help make the class more interesting, can make it more appealing to go to, and I mean, I think it's necessary to achieve dialogue while you're within a university setting, because then that prepares you for joining the workforce, and I feel like dialogue in the workforce is even more necessary than it is in college, and so dialogue being a necessary component of Lib 100 is a good idea. And I do see dialogue as a useful tool within my university experience. I feel like dialogue will help me by achieving dialogue with others, it'll help me to open up and be able to share more frequently and share richer thoughts than if you just achieve rather than question and answer style, which would be which would not really be the same as dialogue, because question and answer is it's it's forced. It's not really the it's not really a I wouldn't know how to say it really, but it's not the same as dialogue because it's not as rich an experience, I would say. Um, some additional thoughts that I have. I do believe, or I understand that these new student dialogues are. I understand the purpose of them per se, and I understand the importance of dialogue within a university setting. However, I feel like forcing all the freshmen and transfer students to do this does not really help us per se, because most of us feel like we're forced to be there, and rather than us wanting to be there, it makes it a less enjoyable experience, and doesn't really help us to achieve true dialogue, which is what I mentioned earlier within this vlog. And so I would say that if I had an opportunity to change the way this was done, I would make these optional for students, just because when you make it optional, you're getting the people that actually want to be there rather than people that are just being forced to be there for a grade. And so that's all I really have about this. I do appreciate the experience, and I did enjoy my dialogue, or my new student dialogue with my group and the facilitators. I felt like everybody did a good job and contributed. And so that's all I have, and thanks for listening.